the statement with the balance on it.
Yeah, that does it automatically.
Guys, some of these fees, NSF fees, backgrounds for like applications and things, we incur money. If we initiate that or because of the tenant doing something like this and it incurs an NSF, we also incurred that NSF. So we can't just be removing these charges or wiping them off the books or whatever. If you go to a store and bounce a check, are they going to charge you the fee?
Yeah.
They are, and they don't care if you ever shop there again. They're going to charge you the fee, and we should be too. Katrina, that's one example I doubt we'll get to today. But when we go through move-ins and move-outs, we're also going to show when we cancel an applicant, and what happens and how we go through the process. So,
and really quick, this is why we don't run applications until they paid the application fee, guys. Because we don't make money on application fees. Tina can probably give you the exact numbers, but there are some cases where if we run them and we have to run their guarantor and we run a second guarantor, we lose money. So this isn't, don't be running applications without the application fee because they say they'll bring in a check later or something. That is not money. It may feel like we're making money. We're not making money at all.
Guys, and really, I think that's a good segue into just fair housing. At the RSM, you have more fair housing exposure at the property than any other employee. You have more fair housing exposure than me as the director of operations over all of you. Guys, most fair housing violations are done in good faith. This resident, they had a death in the family or, they're going through a hard time. So I'm just going to remove this late fee. Guys, you can't. Does anybody know my 5 favorite words for your position? Anybody?
Unfortunately, due to fair housing.
To a point.
Hey, let Gabby go. Gab, say it again.
Unfortunately, due to fair housing.
Those should be your 5 favorite words. Unfortunately, due to fair housing.
Can I
Guys,
make a comment to that? Make sure when you say that actually is something covered by fair housing now, because I get a lot of calls to the corporate office because they told me due to fair housing, they can't do this. And it's something that is not at all related to fair housing. And your residents are smart because there's giant billboards about fair housing out around. So make sure you're using it correctly.
Yes, but removing charges and stuff like that is.
Yeah.
Guys, you can't just reverse charges or remove them from accounts for any reason. You can't. If you're doing things like this, they can sue you directly. And these are not fines of $10. They're fines of tens of thousands of dollars. So please don't just remove things. And you probably use those 5 words a lot, and they're not cliche. They literally drive everything we do at the property. And even in Chris Ann and I's jobs, everything we do revolves around those 5 words. So, all right, let's go back to the test environment since you guys were so nice to tell me that I wasn't in it. And we're going to go back to moving.
You're just going to click cancel.
What's
I
up?
almost said it. I thought you were just going to click cancel.
I almost did. So, again, we're going to go back into Nicholas's account. And we're going to perform the move-in because we've done all our due diligence. So what happens when we move somebody in? Does it change their resident status?
Yes.
It does. Does it bill their account?
Yes.
Yeah.
It does. Sorry. And it's a good reason that it's good that you understand that, because you don't just move them in. Once you move them in, we should be going and looking at the ledger and making sure those scheduled charges that we checked are billed to the account. Again, Entrata is not infallible. It's a computer program that has hiccups. So we're going to click the perform move-in button. And then we're going to wait.
Dun, 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 dun. dun.
I know. I always want to do the Jeopardy music. Always. That or bang my head on my desk or
That's my favorite.
something. I wonder how much of our life we give up to watching those things spin on computer screens.
Half my life.
I saw something yesterday that says the average human being alive right now will spend 20 years of their life mindlessly scrolling on Facebook
I believe that.
That makes sense.
That's me.
or
TikTok.
social media, their phone in general.
Whoop, whoop. All right. We have a green message. Customer moved in successfully. So awesome.
Customers?
So we're going to click full ledger. We know that we had 2 recurring charge. Oh, with it, this person had pet rent too. So we had 3. So we have a rent charge for May, but oh crap, we also have a rent charge for April. Oh crap. Yeah, Tina, sorry. Tina's telling me to do my credit card. Does anybody know why we have April? We're in May.
Because their move-in was April 21st.
Good job. Good job. Their move-in was in April, so we should have an April charge. So we've got the charges for April. There's all 3 of them. They are correct. We go up. We've got our charge for May, 3 charges, and they are correct. So we're all good. Happened perfectly. Whoop, whoop. And we can close it out and move to the next one. So the next thing we're going to look at, what are we? Oh, shoot, we're at 10 minutes.
Can I make a statement really quick on the move-in you just did from the leasing
Yes.
on both sides? If someone comes to you and they had a lease that started April 21st and they want to change it to start May 21st, the answer is
No.
No. We're going to hold them to the original lease date. So trying to think of something we can do that takes 10 minutes. Anybody have any questions? I hate to jump into move outs because it's going to take more time. I tell you what, let's jump up here and talk about, let me get out of test. Let's go back to the dashboard. And we're just going to talk about this residence tab a little more up here. So has anybody had a resident ever call in and say, hey, I made my payment, but it's not on my ledger? Anybody? Yes. Is it possible with a money order where there's not a name on it that you could have posted it to the wrong account?
Yes.
Yes.
Abso-freaking-lutely. So how do we find the payment? So I am going to go to accounting and I am going to go. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to go to residence. I wondered why it said AP. And I'm going to go to AR payments. Now, guys, if this happens, excuse me, it typically is with a money order. Checks are a little easier because, as you already know, once you select that check associated with the residence account, it's going to post there automatically every time. So normally if we are miscoding or, putting a payment on the wrong account, it's going to be a money order. So the more information you can get from the resident and narrow the scope of this search down, the better off you're going to be. So we're going to pretend that the resident said the payment was for $450. And it was made on between April 15th and 17th. So the first thing I'm going to do is narrow the scope of my dates. Now he said April 15th through the 17th. So I'm going to go one day outside of that. So I'm going to go April 18th and April 14th. And then I'm going to go $400 to $451. Now, what about payment types, guys? When you scan a payment through your check scanner, does anybody know what it comes through as? Don't go look. I want to see if you know off the top of your head. I see your eyes watching your computer screens. Anybody?
It goes through as a regular check, doesn't it?
It does, but maybe I asked the question wrong, Amber.
ACH.
Out of these choices,
E-check.
what does it come through out of?
E-check?
Check 21.
So,
If you run a payment through your check scanner, it comes through as check 21. So I know I'm looking for a money order, so I'm going to choose check 21. And even though it doesn't come through as it, I'm going to choose money order as well. And then I know this resident is a current is a current resident. So he's either current or he's on notice. And then I'm going to filter the payments. And I'm going to make the date correct. So you filter it. It comes back with nothing. If it comes back with nothing, don't give up. Expand your search because the resident may be guessing. So instead, I'm going to go from the 1st of the month through the 18th, and we'll try again. And we get a money order to pop up. We're going to pretend that this is the one we're looking for. So the resident was actually wrong on the amount. That's fine. So it got posted to Maya Streeter or Maya Johnson Streeter. So I'm going to open this up. So when we have a payment posted to the wrong account, it's very easy to get it where it needs to go. And that is with this reassociate button. So I'm going to click on that reassociate and I'm going to search for the correct resident. It's got my middle name listed. Don't ever use it. It makes me mad.
Dwayne.
There are like 10 people on the planet. 10 people on the planet that know that name. And they will not use it.
10.
I kid you not. I walked off a baseball field from the pitcher's mound and left the game because my coach used it. All right. So we're going to choose an easy name. We're going to assume Mary Grace is where it should have gone. And guys, this paper trail is still very important. You know, resident made a payment with a money order on such and such day. We incorrectly read who it was supposed to go to and posted it to the wrong account. Payment should be associated with this resident's name and that apartment number. And then you simply click the reassociate button. When you do that, if you go back to the resident's ledger, if you go back to the resident's ledger, that payment that was listed there will actually be gone. And it will be gone. If you go up and hit reversals, it still won't show up. Because the system has literally taken it completely away from that resident and put it on the new tenant's ledger. And on the new tenant's ledger, it'll still show up as the date it was run. So it won't be up here at the top. It'll actually be down here in April where it was.
Does it
Easy enough?
say it in the activity log?
Say that one more time.
Does it say it in like the activity log, or it literally just like it never ever happened?
You know what, Taylor? I don't know the answer to that, but here's something. Should you put it in the activity log if it's not?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's even more important that you do that, Taylor Welch, because your paper trail here has just been shredded and burned to the ground.
Right.
It's gone. So yeah, that resident may have seen that there. The resident where you originally posted it, and we need some kind of paper trail for that resident. So yeah, Taylor, great job. Absolutely, you should put it in there. All right, guys, I'm going to give you 2 minutes of your life back. Guys, these trainings are going to extend into next week. There's no way we can cover everything we need to on Friday. So just know that these will extend into next week. I think I'll need 2 more after this week. But guys, we're not going to do this all the time. I want to be thorough. So I apologize for taking up your time, but I appreciate you participating and
Quickly, Corey,
asking the questions. Go ahead.
when you reassociate like what you just went through, it does show up in reversal. So it will be there. You can see it.
Oh, it does.
It does.
Well, good to know. I would still put it in the activity log. Why are you removing this charge? Why are you removing it? But thank you for clarifying, Tina. I couldn't actually do it there, so I didn't know. But thank you.
Well, and you probably need to put in the activity log because you probably want to call the resident you took the payment away from to let them know why their balance changed.
Good customer service. Guys, go get the leases. We need them. Oh, wait. Go ahead, Shay.
We have a question about an issue we had back in February before either of us were here.
Okay.
And it's kind of serious. So one of our residents, while I was LP, he gave us a money order, and it's on his activity log that we received it. But the payment, it wasn't processed, it wasn't applied. We have no idea where it is.
Okay. No. So we've looked for the payment in Entrada. It's absolutely not there.
And I don't have it physically either.
So guys, that actually could be very serious. So the first thing you need to do, I don't think we can go back to the issuer, and we're going to have a hard time since we don't even have a physical copy of that money order. So Gabs, what you need to do is go to the tenant, have them go back to the issuer. If they got it at Walmart, go to Walmart. And they need to track that money order and see if it was cashed.
Okay.
If it was cashed, they are going to be presented with a front and back of that money order, and it will show who endorsed it. Does anybody know why this could be a really serious issue?
That
Someone stole it.
Theft. Guys, I can't tell you how many properties I have audited for companies over 20 years. I have done a lot, and I have found egregious theft where money orders are concerned. Egregious. I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars. So if something like this happened to Gabs, you're doing the right thing of asking, because it could be extremely serious. So go back to the, go ahead.
I might be able to find it if you want to send me any information that you do have about it. I might be able to locate it.
Okay.
Matt, is that even if it wasn't run through our system?
I'm assuming it probably was, but yeah, if you want to send me the information, I can take a look first before we go second route the way you said.
Cool. So procedurally, guys, if that happens, which I hope it never happens, before we raise the red flag and sound alarms everywhere, go to accounting and give them a chance to find that payment. Fair enough?
Magic at finding things, let me tell you.
Matt, I need a Ferrari. Go find me.
Ask Fred.
Guys, I do appreciate the participation. I am nervous on these things. You guys participating makes me less nervous. So thank you. Bree.
Can you, Corey and Casey, can you guys stay after? We have to talk to you two about something.
Yeah, that's fine. Guys, thanks for everything. We will talk again on Friday. If you need anything, call us.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you.
Team. Oh, never mind. I'll call her after. Bree, I love your hair today, by the way. It's very pretty.
Thank you. It's natural. So me and Taylor have a funeral we have to go to on Friday. And is it during the meeting?
I think the funeral starts at 2:30, or the visitation's before at 2:30, and then the funeral.
Hold on. Let me stop this recording.
Oh,
I'm sorry, guys.
it's okay.